Hello, my favorite doggy people. I'm so glad that you're back. Today, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. As a bully breed owner, here's why I don't recommend getting a bully breed dog. While I own two myself, Tater Tot and Sweet Pea, I don't recommend them to the average household. I love to advocate for my dogs and for bully breeds everywhere, but I think I'm doing a disservice by just showing a highlight reel of how awesome they can be without showing real life expectations of what it will be like owning a bully breed dog. Because if I'm the reason someone adopts one, I also don't want that dog to end up back in a shelter because I only portrayed how loving, awesome, and friendly they can be. I want to show the whole picture. I want to be upfront and honest with people. So first, I'd like to start off by saying that anytime I go out in public as a bully breed owner, I am judged. Anytime someone asks me what kind of dog I own or asks to see a photo of my dog, I am very much judged and wary of their reaction, knowing that if they say something mean, it will hurt my feelings because obviously I love my dogs, and when someone is mean to something you love, it hurts. But on the flip side of that, owning bully breeds has given me a sense of freedom that I wasn't able to have before. When I was alone traveling across the country with just Tater Tot, I posted a video about this. A man was telling me a story about how his daughter was kidnapped. Unfortunately, Tater Tot liked this man, so he started petting Tot and we ended up leaving. But in general, men do not approach me in public when my dog is with me, or either dog is with me. A lot of females do, but generally traveling alone with my dog, I do feel very safe. And if you follow me on other channels of social media, you probably already know that I adopted Tater Tot with a friend. I did not pick him out. He was not supposed to be my dog. My friend and I were planning to move together in about 2 months. He is enlisted and active duty in the Navy, so we thank him for his service. But unfortunately, the move didn't work out, and I ended up keeping Tater Tot. I did not pick him out. He was not the dog of my dreams. I wanted a French bulldog, but it turned out he really was the dog that I needed. For me personally, having a strong-willed dog like him that also wasn't well-liked in public really made me step up to the plate and learn to grow some self-confidence, a thicker skin, and stop trying to please everybody, because you definitely won't if you have a bully breed. With that being said, they require a lot of exercise, attention, and training. When the average person has such a busy lifestyle, there's no need to add a dog on top of it that is going to have so many demands. And I say this in the nicest way possible, but they are generally high energy dogs. Every dog is different. My two dogs have very different personalities. One of them will hike for 6 miles and continue running. He's nonstop, go, go, go. The other one cannot even walk 2 feet from my house without laying down in the grass. But you're not guaranteed that. So if you're an average household, you have a few kids, you're busy with soccer practice, maybe one of you works 2 jobs and you're already financially strapped, don't add such a big commitment on top of it. Make life easier for yourself. You know this dog is going to need so much work, so much training, then there's vet bills. You know, start with something small. Cats are great too. They don't need as much work, but they're still great companions and they love you and greet you at the door the same exact way. I grew up with cats, I love them. They're amazing, and they're also put down more often in the shelter than dogs. Most people don't know that. So I say this in the most loving way possible. I foster bully breed dogs. If you've been following me on my other social media, you probably have seen videos of Ruby, and she was recently adopted. Pit bulls are everywhere. The shelters are overflowing with them, but we aren't doing any justice to them by getting them adopted by people who are unprepared for the reality of how hard it is to own them. And I'm not saying that any dog would be easy. Listen, the best way I can put it is a dog is a toddler that never grows up. You're going to have to take them potty, put their shoes on if you live in Florida every day in the summer. You're gonna have to put a jacket on them every day in the winter. If you live in Connecticut like I did and it was 30 degrees and your dog is shivering, you're always going to have to care for this dog for 10 to 15 years, we can estimate. The average person doesn't even make it to the gym 5 days a week, right? So I think that the best way I could say is be realistic with yourself about what you're willing to commit to and how much you can handle. Because if you can't make it to the gym 5 days a week, you're already stressed on time, your schedule is too full, you probably won't get in like 5 training days a week for your dog, right? For me, I completely base my life around my dogs. And I realistically don't expect everyone to do that. I know that's not possible. I've chosen that because it's what works for me. When I got Tater Tot, I really needed him. I needed that consistency. I needed the structure, and I needed to grow as a person. And he has helped me change so much. So I really have dedicated my lifestyle around him because that's what works for me, staying on track mentally and physically. It helps me. But most people aren't going to do that. And I'm not going to lie to myself or shame other people for that. That's totally fine and that's totally normal. I personally work nights. So I have all day to spend with my dogs. I take them out hiking, I train them, we go for adventures during the day. I don't get much sleep, but then I go to work at night while they're sleeping. It works for me. Not the average person has a lifestyle like that or can commit to a long-term lifestyle like that. Obviously love my dogs so much and I want everyone to love them, but we do face a lot of lashback for it. And I understand, I respect everybody's opinion. I believe everyone is entitled to their opinion and freedom of speech is a thing. But I also believe that we could do a better job adopting them out to people who are ready for that responsibility and who are actually going to stay on top of training, keeping an eye on their dog. I never even walk my dogs without having coffee first. I need to be fully awake, hyper vigilant, aware of everything that's going on. I won't even listen to music that's too loud because I need to hear ongoing things. And it's that extra step that I feel like when you're tired, when you have 3 kids running around, you can only do so much as a human being. That's normal. So don't add on something that's going to be such an extra task because you and your dog's quality of life will suffer. I was very ignorant to the fact that pit bulls had this bad reputation. You can call it ignorant, for sure I was, but at the time I adopted Tater Tot, this was supposed to be short term. We were supposed to move in 2 months. He was not going to be my dog. So I didn't look into it too much. Do I think that if I was married and had kids and worked a 9 to 5 and maybe an extra shift on the weekends because I needed extra income, would I want to keep the pit bull? No. No, it'd be too much. I'd be way too stressed out. No, I would have really struggled. And sometimes I even do. I have a lot of support here. My family is here, so they help with the dogs, they dog sit, and that's how I make it work. I hope these little tips are helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experiences. I'm ready for whatever the comments say. If you'd like to see more of my dogs, you can follow us on Instagram. Links will be below, so you can see Sweet Pea and Tater Tot and follow along on all of their adventures or lack thereof for my couch potato Sweet Pea. See you soon.